We continue on the issue of defunding Obamacare. Joining me now, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. All right, Senator, we just had Karl Rove on, and I want you to respond. Explain.
Well, Sean, it's great to be with you. I will say I enjoyed your and Karl's revisiting the Battle of Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I'm no military historian, but I'm pretty certain that you lose 100% of the battles that you begin by surrendering. And on this question of Obamacare, the real question that I think any conservative, any Republican who says he or she opposes Obamacare has to be asked is, what is your alternative? Because on January 1, Obamacare is kicking in full force. The exchanges are kicking in, the subsidies are kicking in, and the Obama administration's plan is simple. They want to get as many Americans hooked to the subsidies, hooked to the sugar, and addicted. And as you noted with Karl, we have never undone a major entitlement that has been wound into effect. So this is right now, on the continuing resolution, our best opportunity, and it may well be our last opportunity to defund it.
What is your response to, you need 41 votes or 51 votes?
Well, let me tell you how this would play out. I think the first step should be the House of Representatives should pass a continuing resolution that funds the entirety of the federal government except for Obamacare, and that explicitly prohibits spending money on Obamacare. The next step is that would go over to the Senate, and we know how this game plays out. We've seen it before. Harry Reid and President Obama would scream and yell, those mean, nasty Republicans are threatening to shut down the government. And at that point, we've got to stand up and fight and win the argument. We've got to make the case and say, no, we have voted to fund the federal government. We want to fund the federal government. And why is President Obama threatening to shut down the entire federal government in order to force Obamacare down our throats? He's already granted a waiver to big corporations. Why is President Obama willing to shut down the federal government to deny hardworking American families that same waiver? That's the question, and we've got to win the argument. Look, this becomes an epic battle, and I don't think for a second it's an easy fight. But if we don't fight it here, we never will. The alternative is surrendering, and Obamacare isn't working. It is failing. It's hurting jobs. It's hurting the economy. It's hurting people. It's hurting the 40-hour work week. And there is bipartisan agreement this isn't working. So if we can't fight it now, Sean, I think we never can.
Senator, maybe if you'd be willing, I'll invite you and Karl Rove to debate it. Would you be willing to do that?
I would love to debate Karl.
Okay.
I've known him a long time, and I would love to have some real time, and we can go back and forth and ask him what's the alternative.
All right, thank you, Senator. Appreciate it. I think that we'll try. Maybe we'll make it happen tomorrow night. We'll try. All right, thank you. And coming up next.